Welcome to our sawdust painting tutorial. You're seeing Claude demonstrate the use of a painting kit, an sawdust art painting kit. He began by tracing the outline of the dog, the scene, onto the wood panel, the painted wood panel. He's now painting the areas that he would like to have that color show through a bit through the sawdust. He's using acrylic paint. Now he's cleaning up the edges and dabbing it a bit before he goes to the next step. And the next step is applying some glue to the areas that he is going to put the sawdust paint on. We'll call it sawdust. So he's done that and then he's tapped it off. He's now applying some glue to some other areas. It's kind of a good idea to paint isolated areas first and to allow areas to dry a bit before putting another color next to it. It does bleed into the sawdust, will stick to other areas if the glue is wet in other areas. So you want to keep your areas that are wet separate from the other areas. He did leave the wetness there a bit in the green, and he put the black line on so that it would bleed a little. But now he is making sure that everything is dry enough before he puts sawdust on the lines with the dog. He used a metal stylus to create some sort of a little reservoir around the outline so that the glue would stay in better. He's now putting the glue in the line, and he put the dark sawdust in so that he could then create an outline to amplify the dog, the image of the dog. He uses a dry brush to clean the areas, to brush off the sawdust from the panel, just keeping it neat. Claude's a very neat worker, very neat artist, and so he keeps his work surfaces fairly clean, and also you want to keep your sawdust separate so that you can continue to use the pure colors. If you mix them up on the board, then you've got contaminated colors of sawdust. So after he repainted the dog a bit so that he had a little bit more yellow to show through the sawdust, if a color did show through, he's now added the glue again and more sawdust. Of course, the glue has to be wet in order to hold the sawdust or take the sawdust. So you don't want your glue to dry before you apply your sawdust. Now he's using his metal stylus to clean up the edges after the sawdust and glue mix have dried a bit. If you start trying to remove bits when the glue is still wet, you'll just move the sawdust around. So it's important to allow it to dry enough before cleaning up with a tool. So there you have it. Thanks so much for being with us. There's the final product.